So I have to make a little change or do something a little different, because the last video I made, how to be funny, that's not the last video posted, but it's the last one I made. I had some errors in it I need to correct, so I figured I'd correct it and add on a little bit to some other ideas about the whole how to be funny, or the equations of comedy, or whatever you want to call it. So anyways, my first thing was talking about Patton Oswalt doing the comedy time whatever thing. It's actually not true. He got that from, well, he was referring to something Mark Twain said, and it was actually Mark Twain that said tragedy plus time equals comedy. That was actually one of his sayings, so that is why it was like that. Another thing is, I wanted to switch it up and add some other, I was supposed to get the names of these other YouTubers that were actually made videos about how to be funny. I was trying to look at my competition of that type of video, and I was checking it out, and I noticed some different things. One of the things was actually a guy from Upright Citizens Brigade. That's who he said he was. Now, that's an older show. I know a lot of younger kids are, if they ever watch my video, is going to be like, who is the Upright Citizens Brigade, or whatever, and it's a good show. It is a really good show that used to come on Comedy Central. But he was talking about a improv skit idea, talking about yes and, which is the idea of whatever anybody says, you accept it as the reality, and you add something else when you do that, you want it to be the craziest that it can be, or the most off, you know what I mean, where it fits, but that's what makes it funny, and I've been, ever since I started doing this, I've been listening to stand-up, and I've been kind of catching on and being like, yeah, that's one of the things, another person actually had an idea of distance, and they were using distance with tragedy to kind of show, you want the tragedy to be distant enough to make it funny. If it close to home, you're not going to joke about your family member dying right after they die, you know what I mean? 5 years down the road, it doesn't hurt as much, so you can make jokes and it not being that bad. Another thing is the idea that I noticed was the idea of dissecting a frog, where you dissect comedy to the point where it's just not funny anymore. And that is true, because I've always thought, hey, I thought it's interesting to have equations on how to be funny, but at the same time, I would prefer the method of just, like one person describing it as osmosis, where you just listen to enough stand-up comedy that you just you're able to create your own through just a sense of feeling. To me, that's what it is. You see YouTube videos. I see YouTube videos of how to be funny, and these dudes are talking about they're studying how to be funny to impress girls. It's like, I'm sorry, I could care less if a girl thinks I'm funny or not. I could care less if I'm creating jokes, because when I'm writing jokes or whatever, doing this and that, I'm doing it for me. You know what I mean? They say laughter is the best medicine. A lot of my jokes when I was younger were all for me. Like, I'd be joking on people, you know what I mean? And I'd say these jokes that they didn't really get, because it wasn't geared towards them. It was geared to my own amusement. and that's just the way I am. That's the way I think, humor being the best medicine for yourself, I mean, nowadays I try to be more universal. So I'm going to end with a joke I actually got this idea from a Facebook post. They had a Facebook thing where this, between a farmer and a cow, and it'll come up the Facebook post. So here's my joke to end off my video with. So let's see, where do I start? Oh yeah. Yes, we are here with breaking news footage from. We have a surprise guest that we are talking to about the story that we had aired earlier. Let's go to Fred to get the inside scoop. Fred. Yes, Ted. I'm here with the cow who claims that, who had the farmer the farmer says they accidentally left the string on the cow's leg, and that's why they had to amputate the leg. What are your thoughts on this, ma'am? Fred, do you have any backup thoughts on that? Fred, no, you got the wrong cow. Yeah, that cow has 4 legs. You're looking for the cow with 3 legs. Oh, it does have 4 legs. Oh, I'm sorry. These cows all look alike to me. Fred, you're not supposed to say stuff like that. What, Ted? It's just cows. What are you talking about? I'm just talking about cows. All right. Oh, I see it. I see the cow now. Okay, let's walk over here. Hi there, ma'am. What do you think about this idea? Well, first of all, the story about a string left on my leg is ridiculous. That farmer is a sick man. He is a sick man. Left a string on my leg? Is that what he is telling you? No. He came out here, amputated my leg. No anesthesia whatsoever. Chopped it up into little bits and cooked it right over there. Right over there on that grill. Right there. Oh, that grill right there? Yes. It was horrible. Horrible, I tell you. And you know what he did after that? He took that steak. He took that piece of leg of mine and he brought it out here and sat and chewed on it while staring directly in my eyes. Just a sick farmer. I could see it now. I could really see it now. He's just out here. He's just chewing and dipping in the A1 and chewing and dipping in his armor. I don't know. That was my joke. I just thought it up like last night, or it might be the night before. I don't know. But anyways, I thought it was funny. Anyways, I'll see you later.